Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Windback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm, the E is called Windwalk. I remembered it in between this video and the last video. But this is Samuro in our A through Z playthrough, and he makes a bunch of copies of himself, has a sword, rides a wolf, or whatever you want him to ride, and is generally considered a nuisance by, I would say, 99% of the player base. I do not know how to do the base backing glitch. I mean bug. I don't like to abuse bugs anyway, so never gonna be one of my options. But we're gonna play Samuro in the only way that I've ever had any fun playing him, which is the E build. And it turns out this is an insane amount of fun, just period. It is far and away just the best. It just utilizes the Windwalk in such a fun and kind of busted way, and then you can just be so, your guerrilla tactics go through the roof, and it's so fun, in fact, that I may be changing my opinion on how much I hate Samuro and might actually play him more often, because I really do really like this build. Now, if you're not aware of what Samuro's abilities are, he's got quite a few. But your Q is called Mirror Image. Oh my god, look at all that text down there. I mean, just, there's a lot to take in, and I don't have the brain power to do that right now. So all you really have to know is that Samuro is going to split up into three. Two of those are going to be clones who deal a reduced amount of damage. Obviously, they're not going to deal 100% of whatever your damage is. And when you press the Q button, Samuro is going to teleport close to, or in the direction of your cursor. So no, stop! These are my coins! Damn it. I only got one out of that whole thing. Obviously, we're not a chest taker. Excuse me, Sylvanas, do you know who I am? Have you seen my character before? I'm just gonna give you another whack on the head and make sure that you know not to mess with me. Now, the mirror images, though, your Q, by and large, one of the most broken talents in the entire game, or abilities in the entire game. Not only does it teleport Samuro, make clones of Samuro, just genuinely increase chaotic nature around Samuro, it is going to remove damage over time. It can hop him over walls, depending on where you're standing. It is just that useful. And it just generally gets him out of so many situations. It's nuts. Not only that, but I mean, once your clones are out, your trait, half of your trait actually, is going to let you teleport to them, depending on the cooldown of the trait itself. We'll get there. Looks like we faked Murky out with a clone, so he was chasing something else off while we were just getting the easy turn in. Oh my! Well, we definitely kept the Hanzo alive. You're welcome, buddy. That's what I'm here for. And my clones are down because I'm not sure if the enemy team is just like, we gotta kill everything Samuro looking, but who knows. I can never really tell if the enemy team is just killing the clones to kill them, or if they're killing him because they think it's me. But that's not really a big deal for us, is it? Your trait, we'll go with that next. Image transmission and advancing strikes. Image transmission is your baseline teleport to your clones. So, if you clone and your clones are able to walk away from you towards a lane, you can teleport to them, or if you've just made some like big space, you can teleport to them in small spaces too. You can just teleport to them, period. The cooldown on image transmission is 14 seconds. So, does that sync up with the ability itself? It does. So both your Q and your D are on 14-second cooldowns. So anytime that you hit your Q, you should be able to hit your D to teleport to clones if you really want to. Just trading some aggro right now because I don't really feel like taking the entire camp in health. Perfect. Way to go, everybody. We're doing it. But image transmission, another huge part of Samuro's kit, all about making him slippery, hard to catch, even harder to focus when he wants to go in and get some kills. It's good. Advancing strikes is the other part of our kit, though, or our trait. Basic attacks against enemy heroes are going to increase Samuro's movement speed by 25% for 2 seconds. It's good. It's crazy good. Just they can never get away from you unless they've got some movement speed of their own. So you just whack them, run, whack them, run. It's great. It's just lovely. It's what melee assassins need, I feel like, to keep up with a lot of the ranged characters. But you know what? It's just going to be a Samuro specific kind of thing. Can we dodge those frogs with sheer force of will? We did indeed. The frogs were not enough. Their hops were not fast enough. Gonna land that stun on the Uther just kind of out of nowhere. Oof. Are we going in? We're just gonna image transmission right back in, take the Uther's head off, running him down, and then get back to whatever the fuck it was that we were doing. Our W is called Critical Strike. It's on a 10-second cooldown. This is going to have... Yes, that's what I thought. Okay. So your W basically just gives you an empowered auto attack on that cooldown. Also applies to your clones, so if you hit your W and your clones are out, they're going to instantly critical strike as well. Obviously for reduced damage, but, you know, whatever. And then your... you don't break Windwalk, which is fantastic, which is really, really important, because if you're breaking Windwalk in the Windwalk build, then the build is stupid and useless. But the ability itself is where all of Samuro's burst damage comes from. So if you hit someone, you can immediately re-slap them with your W. Did he take the camp? They died over there together, so maybe he's just, the camp is... Oh no, there's a bunch of coins, I see. Those didn't show up on the map, so... We'll just take out the camp as well. Samuro, super good at taking merc camps, especially the siege giants and the little ones that only have like two dudes. So, really quick stuff. Can we help the team? Huge arrow on the Uther, who is just waiting outside the maw, probably to D-storm, but he is going to take the D-shield instead. I wonder if that made the decision for him. He's like, I can get a D-storm here if we're going to follow up. And then he dies, and he's like, whatever, I'll take D-shield, fine. But back to Samuro. So the most important ability in our kit for this build is called the Windwalk. That is our E. Grants Samuro stealth for up to 10 seconds or until he attacks or uses an ability. Apart from critical strikes, because using that does not decloak us. And then... while stealth, Samuro is going to heal for 1% of his maximum health. His movement speed is increased by 20%, and he can pass through other units. Remaining stationary is going to grant you invisible. Cool. We already know that. That is a stealthy thing. But the movement speed, the health regen, everything else about this ability is really, really good. It lets Samuro catch up to people who are running away. It lets Samuro run away from people who are trying to catch up. It lets him get a whole bunch of health back while running around. Look at all the damage that we did just in her face. I don't necessarily want to go in right away, but we do have the images over there if I wanted to teleport. They're gone now. Nothing we can do about that. But Windwalk, again, giving you a bunch of health, a bunch of movement speed, a bunch of approach angles for this character, and it is, by and large, so much fun. Just baiting people into thinking that they're going to kill you when they 100% cannot, because you're just getting all the health back, or you're untargetable, or whatever other number of things. Oh, there's Zagara. I should have gone and helped Jaina, but I didn't think anybody on the enemy team was dumb enough to really go over there and interrupt. So, Looks like the time has come. Dropping the stun on the Uther. There's another stun on the Uther and the Water Elemental. He is down. I almost got to the Creep Tumor, but it just wasn't in the cards. Gonna go ahead and get out of that Roach drop. It's not the Wild drop unless you take the talent. The ultimate that we're gonna pick up though, I don't have the brain for Illusion Master, unfortunately. Even though we did play that Vikings game a little while ago, and the box select is super useful for Illusion Master, I'm just kind of like, do I really want to do that? Especially the way that Bladestorm's been buffed as of late. It's just very good. Just gonna swap over. Uther saving Zagara at the finish line. I mean, just ruining all my fun. That's okay. We're just going to steal your camps, kill your buildings instead. The whole reason I even ran in there to begin with is because the objective, I was hoping the objective would kill that fort a lot quicker than it did, but it did not. So we've got some clones down in the bottom side of the lane while we deal with these giants here if we need to transmit down there. But Bladestorm got its cooldown massively reduced, but your Samuro is not unstoppable any longer while using Bladestorm. So instead, what it's going to do is give you 25 armor and deal 337 damage per second to nearby enemies over 3 seconds. It's on a 25-second cooldown now, so it is insanely, insanely good for wave clear. Really just making Samuro like a vacuum cleaner in the lane for minions. He just hits that button, deletes the whole wave, and then can get right on to whatever it was he was doing. Since it's a 25-second cooldown, that ability is going to be up for any team fight that you get into anyway, so it is it's just really, really all-rounder kind of ability. If you are of the mind that you need to have Illusion Master when you're playing Samuro, then good on you. I know it is very, very strong ultimate. I just don't particularly love it. Trying to find out where Sylvanas is, but she finally went to the bottom lane, so there's nothing we can really do about that other than clear waves, stop the camp from doing whatever the camp is doing, and maybe deal with the Murky. Not that it's especially difficult, but, you know. Anyway, Bladestorm definitely feels like the more fun ult, too, because the cooldown is so short, because the animation is so cool, and just everything about it. I mean, it's nice. There is the owl and the arrow, both missing completely. Wow. Would have been cool if it had worked, but who cares? We're definitely going to win this game. I just have that feeling in my bones. Not really worried about whatever the fuck else my team is doing, because playing with Samuro with the E-build is really just kind of a one-man show. Now, the build itself is, you guessed it, all E talents. If you see an E picture, you match the picture, and you've got it. Everything's good. We're just going to shrug off some poison damage real quick here. Murky just wasted his Octo Grab on my clone. What a goober. That's gotta be a pretty frustrating event. Ooh. Tyrande getting attacked by some spiders. I don't really want anybody to go over here and turn a bunch of coins in. I was looking at who on their team had the most coins while I was going around the back, and it turns out it's Zagara. So she needs to die so she doesn't get her turn in. But your build itself, Way of the Wind, you're going to get a huge burst of movement speed as soon as you press the button. Oof, he's down. Nice. Way of the Wind is going to give you 40% move speed for 3 seconds after entering or exiting Windwalk, and then casting Windwalk is just going to immediately heal you for 5% of your maximum health, on top of what Windwalk is already healing you for in the interim. So really just lots of health back for you, lots of movement speed for getting in and out of danger, and then it's going to couple really well with the rest of the Windwalk talents on top of that. One with the Wind. While Samuro has Windwalk active, and for 3 seconds after breaking it, he and his mirror images gain 30 armor, which is really good because that lets us jump in, do a bunch of damage that we need to, mitigate a lot of damage coming back at us, and then potentially just pop away to another image when the time comes. So really necessary, I feel like, just for keeping Samuro alive, even though it's kind of hard to kill Samuro to begin with. And then your 7 talent is all critical strikes. So ultimately what I want at this tier is the one that is going to help me do the most fast damage, the most consistently. So what I have opted for is the Crushing Blows. Samuro's basic attacks against heroes reduce the cooldown of critical strike by 2 seconds. Critical strikes against enemy heroes increase Samuro's basic attack damage by 10% for 4 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. So that's 30% extra damage. The team fight is happening. The Octograb has happened. I'm going to try and sneak in here, get as many coins as possible. We did manage to get quite a few, but we also need to leave before the rest of our team dies. We're super split going for whatever this team fight is, and Sylvanas is just taking everybody out on the backside. Trading 1 for 1, not super into that, but at least we can keep Zaga. No, no, no. Don't come back. Okay. I'm just peeling, man. I don't really... Well, now I have to go in. She gets the D-shield, so that's perfectly fine with me. I've got 9 coins. I'm not even remotely worried about either of these characters killing me. There's just not enough damage between them. And Tyranda's going to die on the other side of the map, so that's really unfortunate. My team just does not understand that we're on 2 separate sides of the bridge. Can't do anything in that team fight unless we're grouped up, so whatever. As long as I don't die, I'm happy. Right, no, anyway, sorry. Yeah, Crushing Blows, though, is going to give you a lot of damage with your critical strikes. The passive version and the... oh no, I've been octoed. But, oh my god, I still got hit with the pufferfish, even though I hit my Q immediately. That's unfortunate. Orpheus still going to clean up all the kills. Thank you, fair lath. Right, no, I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about the 7 tier, because Burning Blade is obviously the wave clear talent, but Phantom Pain... Phantom Pain's... I don't know. I think Phantom Pain may be better. Samuro's critical strikes against enemies are going to deal an additional 35% of his basic attack damage for each mirror image that is active. So we can only have 2 active at any given moment. So that's 70% extra damage, and we're also decreasing the cooldown. Phantom Pain, though, it synergizes more with the Way of Illusion. I think that's the right talent. The questing talent that gives you... No, that's not it, actually. What the hell? It may be a later talent. I think it's Mirrored Steel. But there's a talent that lets you... Oof. Okay, Jaina down. There's a talent that lets you reduce the cooldown of your mirror images when you auto-attack. So Phantom Pain, obviously helping with that. But again, Crushing Blows... really just giving me more damage on my autos when I'm going in chasing people around. I like it better. I like it better. Burning Blade also extremely good if you just have to wave clear. But at the same time, if you got Blade Storm, do you really need Burning Blade? We've talked about the level 7 talent tier too often. I need to move on to 13. Yeah, there it is, Mirrored Steel. Shikuchi is going to be our level 13 talent. It is going to let us teleport a short distance in the direction that we're facing when we're playing with Samuro using our E button. I'm just clearing the wave. I can't really chase Sylvanas without losing my keep, so we're going to just have to stomach that walk away. Tyrande and Zagara dead on the other side of the map. Looks like we're going to get the building. Hopefully someone will come help me with this soon. Looks like Jaina is alive now. Perfect. She's going to do just that, so I can get the fuck out of here, because I don't want to be stuck wave clearing without my ultimate. But the teleport on your Windwalk is just fantastic. Really, really selling it. You can hop over walls. You can hop in people's faces. You can hop out of people's faces. I'm sure that's a place that, you know, sometimes you don't want to be. But any teleport on a character that can be invisible with that teleport is really super useful. And then 16 Harsh Winds is going to be another huge spike of burst damage for your character when coming out of Windwalk. So attacking a hero during Windwalk causes them to take 30% increased damage from Samuro for 3 seconds. Whew, 30 seconds would be nuts. Can we get him? We just got to catch up. Ian, give him another slap. I'm going to take all of his coins, and then we're just going to image transmit out. Fantastic. Easy. Not even worried about the boss on the top side. We could probably just go end the game, honestly. But Harsh Winds is going to let you do 30% more damage from all sources that are Samuros. So your Blade Storm's going to do 30% more. Your auto attacks, your critical strikes, your clones, everything going to do 30% more. And you can do this from stealth, so you can pick that target that you want, slap them with the stamp, and then just style on them. It is a lot of fun. I really like it. It gives Samuro kind of like this Nova feel, which is enjoyable, definitely. And then 20, the talent that is just going to 100% break your E-build, is called the, I think it's Windstrider, yes. So Windwalk's cooldown is reduced by 6 seconds. This is a 15-second cooldown normally. Now it is 9 seconds. And considering how long you can stay stealth, so 10 seconds worth of stealth, healing that whole time, and then you are going to, wait a minute, is it by 6 seconds or 2 6 seconds? It's by, okay. Yeah, that's still good. 9-second cooldown on the ability means you can basically be invisible all the time, which means you're always going to be doing extra damage, you're always going to be healing, you're always going to be speedy, you're going to be teleporting all over the place. It's just insane how good that level 20 is with this build. Yeah. Again, was not worried about losing this game ever at any point because we were just playing so out of control and the enemy team really could only macro when it came to trying to get this game back. So, yours truly with only 2.75 kills. That's unfortunate, but at the same time, I had a lot of fun doing it. I wonder how much damage we actually got done. 50. That's not bad. Third in the room, only missing out on the second place by 200-ish damage. But the build again, I mean, just match the pictures. It's real easy. Way of the Wind, One with the Wind, Crushing Blows, Blade Storm, Shikuchi, Harsh Winds, and Windstrider. Sorry, I got hung up for so long on that level 7 talent tier, but now I'm rethinking it. I still think Crushing Blows is going to be better for this build, but who knows. Lots of burst damage needs to happen really fast with this build and this character when you're playing him this way, so who knows? We'll be back tomorrow, though, with Sergeant Hammer, and we can get what is by far the worst game of this entire series out of the way. You're in for a treat. See you there.